All right. Thank you, Cleve. I got to tell you something. I've been off for a little bit of time here, and it's just great to be back on the air with you folks. A lot of stuff happening in the market right now, and I want to get right down to business on why is this such an amazing time to either look at becoming a landlord or to purchase a home, because a lot of folks are really feeling like, man, I'm telling you, it's just not a good time to buy. Interest rates are way up. Housing prices are continuing to rise. But let me tell you why. If you even listen to the news, and they never tell you any good news. But I was out in Las Vegas at a big convention last week, and I'm going to tell you something. The news is all over about, listen, now is the time to buy. So let's look at why, and let's look at the challenges. So we know the challenges. Let's just address the elephant in the room. Interest rates are up, okay, and housing prices are up. So here's the deal. Don't concern yourself about interest rates provided you still qualify. Here's why. We're all going to refinance. I mean, I just closed on 2 houses on my own recently. I'm going to refinance them as soon as the rates drop back down. But don't get hasty, and I'm going to tell you why. Here's the thing. You're going to keep seeing the housing prices go up. They're not going to go up at 20% like they did. They're going to go up a little bit more steadily, but they're going to continue to rise. That's what we want housing to do. Now, rates are going to go up. They're going to keep driving up, and they're probably going to continue to go up until about October or November. We'll see how the midterms turn out. And listen, for all you folks, we need to get the right people in Congress in the midterms. And this is not a political show, but I'm going to tell you something. The administration that's in there now go exactly the opposite of whatever they do. Whatever they do, just vote the opposite. So I'm going to tell you something. Stay with DeSantis. He's our pick. He's going to keep Florida going in the right direction. I really just hope that this Val Demings doesn't upset the apple cart, because we got a good thing going on right now, and we need to keep it going in that direction. Now, here's the thing. Housing prices are continue to rise, but they're not going to rise as fast. You're already seeing some of these builders who were getting a little exuberant in their prices starting to pull back. Lennar did a big article when they came out with their earnings that they're going to start pulling back on some of their price increases and might even lower some of their products. Why? Because they had a ton of people lined up to buy them, and now they don't have as many people, and they don't have as many people that qualify. Now, that sounds like a problem, and it is if you don't qualify. But if you do qualify, there's your opportunity. So you always want these little keys, these little things that chime in and go, there's the opportunity, because wherever there's a challenge, there's an opportunity. And that's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, because the rich understand opportunities. And when you can look at this and go, you know what, I smell an opportunity in here, and I'm going to take advantage of that opportunity. Well, the opportunity is that as the houses pull back down, interest rates will continue to rise, but you'll start to experience that appreciation, and it'll go at a more steady pace. We don't want appreciation to be at 20%. We want appreciation to be at 5%, 4%. That's a solid appreciation. We don't get into trouble that way, and you'll still make a lot of money. Let me just put this in perspective. If you're getting a 3% down mortgage, let's say 3.5%, you're getting an FHA mortgage and you're putting 3.5% down, and that house only appreciates by 3% annual appreciation, that's an 86% return on your investment. An 86% return on your investment if the house only goes up by 3%. That's a no-brainer, you guys. We all want that. And if you turn that into a rental property at some point, your cash flow is being paid by somebody else. Your retirement is being fulfilled by somebody else. So it is a good time to buy. I'm out looking at property right now. I like certain areas of town that I think have not quite hit their pace yet, but will. So if you have any questions about that, you just let me know. You can reach me at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144. I'm the Loan Arranger, Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. Don't mistake me for any other CrossCountry Mortgage. I am the Loan Arranger. This is where you want to call when you need a mortgage. Don't just look up crosscountry.com. You're going to go to a corporate office somewhere in Cleveland. You want the local guy. You want somebody who's been in business for 33 years. The Loan Arranger is who you want. 407-250-9144, or go to my website at webringyouhome.com. Now, what are rates doing? They're continuing to go up. What are gas prices doing? Continuing to go up. The federal government says they're going to try to give us a relief on this. Don't believe it. It's going to be junk. It's just going to make it even worse, because then we're going to see the steady climb of inflation continue to erode the bond market, which is going to make interest rates higher even more. So we want this thing to start tapering off a little bit. So what's my forecast? So you listen to my program, you can believe it or you cannot believe it. But I have predicted almost every turn in the market. And here's what you're going to see. You're going to see interest rates slowly start to continue to increase, probably till around October, maybe November. Then you're going to see some taper off, but you're going to get fooled, and you're going to want to refinance from your 5.5% rate down to a 4.5% rate. Hold steady, hold on. It's going to get a little bit better sometime in the future. Now, some of you may say, well, then why don't I wait till then to buy? Because you're missing out on the prices today. You're going to refinance it. So what? It's going to cost you $5,000 to refinance it. And you can go to one of these stores like mine that'll say, oh, we'll pay all your closing costs for you. First of all, I'm not a big pay all your closing costs for you, because nobody, including my competitor that brags about that he paid $50 billion, trillion in closing costs, he did not pay a dime. You paid it. You paid it by paying a higher interest rate. You don't want a higher rate. You want a lower. You want to keep your rate as low and in control as you possibly can. When it comes to a refinance, you don't need somebody else to pay your closing costs. You've got built-in equity that pays your closing costs for you. But just hold on. So those are my predictions. Continue to rise. Somewhere around October, November, you'll start to see a little bit of a dip. If we look at our charts on the bond market, we can see that that's happening. And it's right now, there's a trigger that says we're going to start to see a pullback now, but it's not. I know it's not going to happen. Why isn't it going to happen? Because inflation has not reached its peak yet. When inflation reaches its peak, and then we start to turn around the corner on the other direction, on the other side of the wall, we'll start to see a little bit better rates. I don't anticipate that they're going to get better anytime here in the next couple of months, though. But I still am buying property, and I'm buying property because I want the appreciation. I don't care if I make a few extra payments, or even a year worth of extra payments, or even 24 extra payments of a higher rate, as long as I have the appreciation. And if you are in an inflationary market like we're in right now, and inflation is driving the prices, your house is up. They're not going to go down. Even though the builders are saying they're reducing the prices, it's only because they got a little over exuberant and people were starting to back out of their transactions. And now they had on the books that they were going to close X amount of, hundreds of homes. And now they're not going to close that many. And that doesn't make their stock prices look good. So they're going to get that in alignment so they don't lose as many clients. See, that's what greed does for you. And listen, I was here in the business in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s. I watched the builders get fat and happy in 2004, 5, and 6, and then they just all dumped. And I'm going to tell you something. They get greedy like that. Be cautious of these builders, and your big ones are the worst ones. They don't care about you. They care about the product, and they care about the money. Their product isn't even all that great on some of them, but they care about the money. And when they start to see the money go out the back door, then they're going to make corrections in it. If you're considering buying a home, call me. I'll tell you the great places to buy. I'll tell you which builders to go to. I'll tell you what type of loan to get. We're going to talk a little bit about adjustable rates in the next segment. But listen, Cleve and I have always been here to guide you in the right direction, and we don't want you to fall victim to some of these builders' antics out there, and I'm seeing them right and left right now. And you know what? They got greedy, just like they did in 2006, and it came back and kicked them right in the butt. So you don't want that to happen to you. You want to make sure that the investment you purchase and the builder or the real estate agent that you work with is the right real estate agent and the right builder. And there's just a lot of people that are out there, and they're just greedy. They're greedy. If you have questions, you can call me at 407-250-9144. I'm the Loan Arranger. I've been in the mortgage business for 33 and a half years. I've closed well over 10,000 transactions. You can check out my statistics. I'm one of the top producers, not only here in Central Florida, but in the nation. And I don't tell you that to brag. It's not me. It's my team. It's the people I surround myself with. It is the level of service that we've created to provide for you. We want our clients and our real estate agents and our builders to get the best possible service so that we can close smoothly and on time. Here's the thing. Let's just face it. Mortgages can be stressful. They really can. They're digging up old bones. You got to find old divorce decrees and child support separation agreements. You got to hunt down pay stubs and bank statements. Sometimes people just get stressed about that. Now, personally, we are in the business of trying to keep that stress level to a minimum. So we like to get our loans fully approved in advance so that when you go out to buy that property or refinance that home, you're all set to go. There's no stress. We don't want stress. Let's eliminate stress as much as we possibly can. Now, I'm the Loan Arranger. My job is to make sure that I take great care of you. If you have any questions when it comes to financing, what type of financing is right for you, you let me know. I'm getting a lot of calls on my Hometown Heroes program. The state of Florida came out with a new down payment assistance program. You can get up to $25,000 worth of down payment or use it toward your closing costs. It's a great program. I'll be teaching a class on Wednesday, July 20th at Miller's Ale House. And if you want to register, go to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. We'll talk about how to get registered for that and the benefits and pros and cons in Hometown Heroes when we come back from the next break. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger Radio Show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. I am the Loan Arranger. If you have any questions for me, feel free to give me a call at 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144. Cleve is out and about selling properties. I think he had to go down to Lakeland or something today to go show some properties or list a big parcel of land. So I know that he's out and about today. But if you have questions for Cleve, you can feel free to give me a call. I'll do what I can to answer them or pass on the message to him. If you'd like to reach Cleve, he can be reached anytime at 407-352-8118, 407-352-8118. If you have questions for the Loan Arranger, again, it's 407-250-9144, or my website is webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like you to pull out your phone right now and go to Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger. Not the Lone Ranger, the Loan Arranger YouTube, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love you to do that. It helps me in my rankings. It does not spam you. You don't get a bunch of garbage from me, but it would definitely help me if you could do that and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be much appreciated. Now, let's talk a little bit more about my Hometown Hero class. I'm going to be teaching a class on Hometown Heroes. Now, this is $25,000 for veterans, first responders. That means police, firemen, EMTs. As long as you're certified, educators, you could be any type of educator. As long as you're certified, you could be even a home health care person or a nanny. If you're certified, you might even qualify for it as well. So it's a great program. You get up to $25,000. There are credit score requirements and there are income requirements. Everyone's different. Don't call me and say what's the maximum income. We run the calculations and then we tell you what you do to qualify. Then we'll put you in touch with the class that you need to take to be able to get your Hometown Heroes certification as well. Now, I'm going to be teaching a class on that on Wednesday, the 20th of July from 6 to 7:30. Now listen, I'm going to have food and I'm going to have drinks at Miller's Ale House. But this is not to bring the kids. Don't bring the kids along because I have limited seats. I got 45 seats, guys. That's all I got in this. And I'm going to have a bunch of realtors wanting to come to it because they want to know how they can help you as well. So if you're a real estate agent, feel free to enroll as well. $20, go to webringyouhome.com, or $30 per couple. No kids, please. Just adults. We're going to drill down on this program so we can help a lot of people save money and get some free government cheese. So that's what it's all about. Now, listen, there is a segment of the market that this just isn't right for, but you might qualify for it. So let me just put this in perspective. We all know that rates are up right now, right? So rates are up right now. They're in the mid fives, okay? Approaching sixes, soon to be 6.5%, soon to be 7% likely by November. I'm expecting that to happen. Then we might see a little bit of a dip in the market. It remains to be seen, but I kind of think we will. But let's just put this in perspective. You want the free money, but you don't really need the free money. So you get the free money. Now, you got a 5.5%, let's say 5.75% interest rate, but you got $25,000 free money. Now, if rates drop to 4% in the future, would you want to refinance? Don't tell me the answer is no, because the answer is going to be yes. You're going to want to refinance. If you do, you have to pay the $25,000 back. Now, what if you decide to sell your home? You got to pay the $25,000 back. What if you decide to rent the home? You got to pay the $25,000 back. When don't you have to pay the $25,000 back? Never. Even if you pay your house off, you have to pay the $25,000 back. It's a loan, but it's not a forgivable loan like some down payment assistance programs. Now, I'm not trying to tell you it's not the right program to go for. It's a great program, and we're doing a ton of them, and we consider ourselves to be the expert in the industry. But I think a lot of lenders and banks are just throwing people in it, and then you're going to want to go buy another house in 5 years from now, and you're going to wonder why all the equity just disappeared out of your home because you had to pay it back. And now you can't list your home. I see this happening to them. We call it a loan with a bite. Now listen, I'll be back in 5 minutes, and we're going to talk about more pros and cons to down payment assistance and hometown heroes. You stay tuned. webringyouhome.com, webringyouhome.com, or 407-250-9144. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger radio show. My name is Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage, and they call me the Loan Arranger. Why do they call me that? Because that's all I do is arrange loans all day for you guys, making sure you got the best deal, the best rate, the lowest closing costs, and you close smoothly and on time. That's my job. That's what I do. That's all I really do well. There's not a lot of other things I do well. Ask my wife. She might tell me there's a couple other things, but not that great. So listen, I love helping people with financing. I love helping people get into the house. I love being at a closing table and watching a first-time home buyer shed tears that they may be the first one in their family to ever own a home. So there's a lot of reasons to buy a home. Now, we're talking about Hometown Heroes, and I'm going to come back to that, but I got a couple other things I want to mention here. I have another class that I'm going to be teaching to real estate agents or to people that may want to build on their own lot or go find a lot and build a custom home on it. So I'm going to be teaching a class on Friday, July 15th at Outback Steakhouse in Claremont. Now listen, it's from 11:30 to 1. I can only put about 30 people in this room. That's it. It's a private class. No kids. We will have some food there. I'm not serving everybody lunch, but there'll be food there. Tickets are $15, and it's going to be a drill down and understanding how a construction perm loan works. Now listen, construction perm loans have been around a long time. The only companies that really have them are big banks, okay? And they don't do them that well. I've got the best construction perm. I've got conventional construction perm, FHA construction perm, VA construction perm. If you're a real estate agent and you sell real estate in anywhere in Central Florida, particularly in the Claremont area, then you want to get into this class because I'm going to show you how to open up your toolbox and help more people. Because a lot of people, they don't want to buy a production home. You can't even push a wheelbarrow down the side yard without scraping against your neighbor's house. And you can't keep your jet ski in the side yard. You can't keep a work truck in the side yard. You definitely can't put a boat or an RV in the side yard. So a lot of folks might want to just build on their own lot. Let me show you how to do that. If you're a builder and you build between 5 and 50 homes a year, let me show you how construction perm financing can work best for you and how my loans at CrossCountry Mortgage are superior to any other mortgage company that I've seen out there. 407-250-9144 or register for that at webringyouhome.com. That's Friday the 15th of July from 11:30 to 1. You will register in advance, pay your $15, and I'll hold a seat for you. But I've only got about 35 seats available for that class. Now, before we get back into Hometown Heroes, I want to talk about a couple other news events that are going on right now. We saw Lennar is thinking about lowering some prices of some homes coming up in the future because they just got a little bit too high and too hot for their pants, and it looks like they're going to have to cut loose some properties because probably a lot of people backed out. So I'm starting to see that that's becoming more and more popular. Builders got their pants on a little bit too tight, and they felt you know what, maybe we need to pull it back because too many people were backing out or didn't even qualify anymore. So that can absolutely happen. Now, I think that buying a home right now is still one of the best opportunities we can have. How's your stock market doing for you? Is that doing really good? I mean, lately it hadn't been doing so well. What did I do? I pulled some money out from some dogs that I had in the market and put it back into real estate. So I just recently closed on 2 more houses. I'm probably going to buy 2 more in the next 30 to 45 days. I'm on the lookout right now for my deals for my rental properties. So if you are interested in that, why do you think an expert wants to buy in this market? I mean, interest rates are up for me too. The price of housing are up for me too. If they're up for me, why would I jump in the market? Because I think that Central Florida has not even come close to seeing the wave yet. So you think we saw the wave, you didn't see the wave. As soon as these interest rates taper off a little bit and people get used to it, I mean, come on, were you used to $3 a gallon when it went from $2.15 to $3? You didn't like it. Then it went to $4, now $5. It's approaching $6 a gallon, $4.50 to $5 a gallon. Well, you're going to be happy when it goes to $4. Well, you weren't happy when it went to $4, but you'll be happy. It becomes the new norm. So look, here's the norm. You want to get into real estate because other people make your mortgage payments for you. You want to get into real estate if you're a renter because rents are going to continue to go up. That brings me into rent control. It's all over the news. Everybody wants to talk about rent control. Rent control, rent control, rent control. Rent control is not something that's great for our society because what will happen is that you're going to start seeing people quit renting to people and start selling again, and then there won't be any rental properties. Now, you're still going to be able to raise your rent by 5%. Well, 5% per year, even in rent control, that's fine. So if you're paying $1,750 a month now and you're going to raise it by 5%, that goes to $1,837. Now, so what do you think all the landlords are going to do if rent control looks like it's going to happen? They're going to raise their rent by 15-20%. Because then they can only raise it by 5%. So you're going to see a surge in this. It's like, it's like free money. It's not free. There's always a price to pay for it. There's always a price to pay for it. Rent control. Let me tell you what rent control is. Write this down. Pull over the car. Write this down. webringyouhome.com. That's my website. 407-250-9144. That's my phone number. Now here's rent control. Hear me out. It's the simplest thing you'll ever hear. 30-year fixed rate mortgage. That's rent control. It never goes up. It never goes up. It's fixed for your life for 30 years. It doesn't go anywhere. Yes, your payment might go up a little bit because your insurance went up or your taxes went up. But other than that, it's fixed. There's no rent control in rent. It's going to continue to go up. It has to go up. And what landlords will do is they will just only do 1-year leases because if they can only increase the rent by 5%, who's going to do a 5-year lease? They're going to do a 1-year lease and then they're going to bump it up by 15%. That's all they'll do. Get you out, get somebody else in. It won't fix the problem. It's the news saying it so it sounds like they're doing tenants a favor that are low income. Look, there's Section 8 housing available for low-income families. And for those that don't need Section 8, buy a home. Find a way. Call me about Hometown Heroes. Call me about other down payment assistance programs. I'm here to help you. I want you to become secure. Listen, once you own a home, you'll never rent again. You'll never rent again. That's not because it's just this glorious thing. It's because it's a smart thing. It's smart to own a home. The money goes in your own pocket. Once you become a homeowner, your kids will become homeowners. Nobody turns around and rents, but my kids are homeowners. They're smart. They know that it's the right thing to do. 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. So rent's going up, rent control in the conversation. We have seen interest rates go up. Matter of fact, I got an article right here. And who did that come through? Yahoo. It's a Yahoo from Reuters. Rates on the U.S. 30-year mortgages see the biggest one-week increase since 1987. A lot of my listeners weren't even born in 1987. We've hit the 45-year high. Okay, here's the deal. Don't not buy because interest rates are up. Actually buy because interest rates are up. Well, that might sound silly, Bruce. Why would you tell people to do that? Because they're going to come back down. But the price of houses won't. You're not going to see a dip in the price of houses. Not with inflation the way it is. Even if inflation hits the peak, then we'll start to see the 3 to 5% increases in property, not the 20%. But right now, we haven't even hit the peak of inflation yet. You're not going to. The peak of inflation probably won't be till October or November, if even then. Gas prices are going to continue to go up. Don't think our federal government's doing anything. Okay, we got to get this administration out of here. They're a bunch of yahoos, and they have no game plan, right? All they want to do is go back and blame Trump for January 6th. They don't even have a game plan, so they just spin the news out. I don't care about any of that. Here's what I care about. I care about helping you get into a home and save money. That's what I care about. Let's help each other. I can help you. I will help you get into a home. You're going to help your family by becoming a homeowner. You're going to save money because your mortgage payment will be fixed. Now, let's go jump right into the next subject on that. We're seeing more adjustable rate mortgages. Are adjustable rate mortgages the right thing to do? Well, they might be. If you're doing a 5, 7, or 10-year, and I'm actually looking at 10-year ARMs, 7-year ARMs more than I am 3 and 5. Why not a 3 and 5? Because a 3 and a 5-year adjustable rate mean it's fixed for 3 or it's fixed for 5. You have to qualify at a higher rate than the actual start rate. But if you go to a greater than 5, which would be a 7 or a 10, you can qualify at that rate. So how much of a difference is it? Well, maybe a quarter to a half a point lower in interest rate. So is that the right thing to do? It might be, it might not be. Okay. So why might it be the right thing to do? Because you're going to save money over the next 5 years. And if interest rates don't come back for 5 years, you're going to save money for 5, 7, maybe even 10 years. And it's fixed for that duration of time. What you don't know is what are rates going to be when that thing is not fixed anymore and it becomes an adjustable at the modification period. That's what we don't know. A 30-year fixed, so you get into a 30-year fixed, it's a half a point higher than the adjustable rate mortgage. Here's the thing. I think that the fixed and the adjustable rate folks are all going to refinance anyway. I think you're all going to refinance. I'm going to refinance. If I'm buying houses right now, I'm going to end up refinancing, and so are you. 407-250-9144. That's 407-250-9144. I'm the Loan Arranger. This is where we talk about how to save money and what the real news is when it comes to interest rates and real estate. Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? Well, it is a good time to do both. Okay, you want to sell, you're probably hitting the best market that you've ever seen. You want to buy, the market's going to get better. When I say get better, you're going to make more money because housing prices are going to continue to rise. So the Loan Arranger's prediction on what the market's going to be, right now our median sales price is around $390 in Central Florida. Some are a little lower, some are a little higher. We'll call it $390. Okay, that's your median sales price. Where do you think it's going to be in 5 years from now? Maybe 6 years from now. I predict that our median sales price will be between $6 and $645. That's what I think it's going to be. So do you want to double your money in 5 to 6 years? That's what I think, and I'm banking on it. I'm buying property, guys. I'm not just talking the talk. I'm walking the walk. 407, don't even know my own phone number. 407-250-9144. I'm the Loan Arranger. I've been in the mortgage business for 33 and a half years, and I am still kicking and going strong, helping lots of folks. I want you to get the right information. I want you to know that you can count on my team and I to make sure that you have rock solid information and you get the best mortgage. I'm a national mortgage company. I'm in all 50 states. I think CrossCountry Mortgage is ranked about 6th largest in the country right now. I just got back from Las Vegas. We had 2,000 of our loan officers and support staff at this event in Las Vegas, kicked out some great programs. We got some amazing bank statement programs. We don't have to broker that stuff out like most of the lenders out there do. We underwrite everything in-house. So if you are self-employed and you don't want to provide your tax returns, leave the doggone things at home. Send me your bank statements. I'll underwrite your loan based on a bank statement program. Any type of program. You're a veteran, you don't have to go to USAA for that. They are an insurance company and they promote that, and they believe that you think that they're part of the VA. They're not part of the VA. You know what you want? You want a great lender that caters to VA. I'm that person. FHA, I have no credit score requirements. USDA, 100% financing. Down payment assistance, I've got all your local counties, municipalities. I've got Hometown Heroes, Save Our Soldiers, you name it, I got it. I'm the Loan Arranger. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger radio show. Stay tuned. And don't forget, webringyouhome.com, webringyouhome.com, or 407-250-9144. Stay tuned. Yes, Cleve, and don't forget, I want to remind everybody that I'm having a construction perm class on Friday, July 15th from 11:30 to 1 at Outback Steakhouse in Claremont. $15 to get in, but if you want to build your own home, that's the place to learn how to do it. If you're a real estate agent, you do not want to miss that class at all. And my other class that I'm going to be doing is going to be my Hometown Heroes class. So if you're a real estate agent or you want to, have an interest in how you can tap into a $25,000 down payment assistance, then join me from 6 to 7:30 at Miller's Ale House on Lee Road in Winter Park. That will be on July 20th. Tickets are $20 to get in or $30 per couple. You go to webringyouhome.com. That's webringyouhome.com. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions for the Loan Arranger, you can always reach me at 407-250-9144 or tune into my show at 11 o'clock, same station, tomorrow, same time. Have a wonderful weekend.